Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Cobra Kai. The Karate Kid saga continues on KwingsLetsPlays. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Cobra Kai arrives. And special shout-outs to all our members, including our ultimates. If you guys want to hop aboard the membership train, all you got to do is click right here, select the tier that works best for you.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure you guys do all you can to cheer Johnny up because he's still crying.
Johnny's
so sad. Why, Johnny? Why?
Poor Johnny.
Boy. Alright, so... Oh, okay, that's where we're going. We did the TV studio last time, so now it wants us to go to Paso...
Paso Robles, or Paso Robles Avenue?
Oh, wow. It's fall now. Wait, how did that work? Hello, Sam.
Hello, Daniel-son.
It's time to punch crime in the face.
Dad-son.
Even though we're the ones committing a crime.
Yeah!
Don't worry about how weird this is gonna be.
Stay away from us! I'll hold him. You kick him in the face, Dad.
Wow, did he just... Oh. I think this game would be a little bit better without all the weird magical powers.
Really?
I was actually watching a documentary about Karate Kid a little while ago, before I took a nap, and it was kind of interesting, like all the stuff that came out about that. I was wrong. Karate Kid is not the actor who plays Karate Kid, his first role. He had some roles in the early 80s for like some bit parts in movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Karate Kid was his first major thing. And did you know that the first Karate Kid movie was directed by the guy who helped direct the first Rocky movie?
No, I...
That's why it has that like underdog, like everyman vibe. It's because it was actually done by the dude who did Rocky. Not Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone later directed more of the Rocky movies that he wrote and starred in. The actual director who helped Sylvester Stallone, you know, get his vision out there.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, it gives a more of appreciation for me for, you know, that stuff. I'm like, oh wow.
It has such a cool feel to it, and I can't really put my finger on why it does, but it just does. So that makes sense. If it's the guy who did the Rocky movies, that completely makes sense.
Yep.
It's like, it appears, it's kind of like one of those movies that appears like it's low budget and like, oh, just laid back and not much work went into it, but appearances can be deceiving. The plot, the directing, the camera angles, everything, the photography and the music and everything.
Yeah.
Everything that went into it actually had a ton of thought put into it and how they wanted the movie to go.
Well, here's some interesting trivia for the Karate Kid. Did you know they actually had in mind somebody else to play Mr. Miyagi?
Oh, wow.
It was a fluke that they decided to use Arnold from Happy Days. Like, who was, that's who Mr. Miyagi was. That was his claim to fame. He was Arnold from Happy Days. So they didn't think that he could do it because he was known for like more sitcom-y comedic roles, and they needed somebody who knew martial arts and you know.
But wait, I haven't seen Happy Days in so long.
Yeah.
But the guy who played Mr. Miyagi is Japanese though, right?
Yeah, he's Japanese American.
Oh, okay.
But nobody was expecting him to be able to do it. It was like a different role. They actually had in mind, there was a famous Japanese actor that everybody was familiar of as like the old man who was capable of doing martial arts, but the only problem is he couldn't speak English. Very, very famous, like 70s and 80s Japanese actor.
So that guy kind of proved everybody wrong though, because he did such a great job.
Yep.
It's like he's played one of the most memorable roles in history in any movie.
And he also played it the way that famous Japanese guy was going to play it. Like, he hardly spoke any English in the movie. Every once in a while he did.
Oh, right.
Yep. But one interesting thing that a lot of people don't really talk a lot about, except when I heard it from the actor who plays Daniel-san, which I keep forgetting what his name is. He's actually an Italian American who's a New Yorker. So, like, the reason why he kind of acts like a thug, Amber's laughing, is because he's from New York City. He's from like the Bronx or Brooklyn or something like that. And
so he had to be a little tough.
He got in trouble a little bit in the 70s when he was a teenager. Did you know, even though he looked like he was in his 20s, when he did when he looked like he was 12 or something, when he did the Karate Kid, in reality, he was like 22 or 23 years old.
Oh my god.
The first Karate Kid movie, he is...
he's like really... He's 20 or more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
That was kind of interesting. I was like, whoa, really? Okay. It feels like he just has one of those baby faces that he's so young. Mm-hmm. And in actuality, yeah, he kind of was.
I feel like that can really work for your favor as an actor, though, because you can really understand and play parts that you can go back and play yourself as a teenager and what you felt, and then you can still play it having more experience and being older, but still think you're younger.
Here's something even more interesting, though. When it came time to bring the Karate Kid franchise back, the guys responsible for Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, like those two young stars, were the ones who became the executive producers and I believe the directors for the Cobra Kai series. And they really wanted to bring the Daniel Russo, guy back, LaRusso. And when they were pitching the idea of the show to him, like to bring him back, because he was he didn't really talk about what he thought about Karate Kid 3. Mm-hmm. Like he said he enjoyed doing the movie with Pat, and he didn't really talk about it at all. He says they planned on milking the movie after the first one because, says, everybody in line, he says, I remember this in New York City, like everybody was doing the crane stance. Like all over the country, people were doing the crane stance, and I can't imagine that it would be that popular, but I guess. So he got typecast, but for the second movie, I was wrong. Karate Kid 2 goes to Japan. Karate Kid 3 is back in, it's another Cobra Kai thing, but Johnny is not the character that is in that one. It's a different guy, because Johnny was a high school student, sorry, not high school. He was a senior in the first Karate Kid movie, so he was a grade or two above Daniel-san.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the third movie is, I believe, it's supposed to be Karate Kid 2. Unless the actor messed up, which is possible. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. But it was an interesting documentary. But what I was saying before, Pat, Arnold from Happy Days, like the chemistry between the two actors was really good, but they weren't really like mentor and student when it came to real life stuff. Mr. Miyagi actor, like Arnold from Happy Days, basically he treated the young like Daniel Russo as an equal. Like they were kind of like partners, which is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So in the movie, he was like telling me they will wash his car and stuff, but on the set they were like working together all the time.
Yeah, they were both like relatively new to big budget movies, so they worked together. And there was, when he came in to do the reading, like in New York City, Mr. Miyagi and Daniel, like they had like this chemistry as soon as like the characters came to life for the first time, like during that reading.
That's cool.
And that's why they got the job. So it was kind of interesting. But yeah, the one where they went to Japan, that was the one that the Daniel-san actor said he had the most fun with.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, it's really neat that he got to go to Japan.
Yeah, he did. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm sorry I died.
Oh, you're fine. Hopefully, I can keep this momentum going a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying.
I mean, he kind of that makes sense, because the kid kind of reminded me of you a little bit. You were this very sweet guy, but also very tough. You'd grown up in New York, and, like, Karate Kid, really, his personality reminded me of you a lot.
Oh, no! It was an illegal kick, wasn't it? No, it was totally illegal.
It was legal.
Crane kick is legal. Whoa.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, so what I was saying is that the Daniel's son in the first movie reminded me of you a lot because when he's at the mall with the girl, like, he's very aware that even though he seems like just this, you know, normal, soft kind of guy, you know, he's very aware that anybody could attack them at any moment. And he's always looking out, make sure he looks out for himself and also for her, and he's very aware of that, and it doesn't come as a surprise to him when people, like, try to jump him and stuff. And I just remember that, you know, whenever I was, you know, like, with you or whatever, I would feel safe because you were always giving me tips on things to do to make sure I'd be safe, you know. Put my money in my sock, make sure that I don't draw attention to myself, if I just got $30 out of the ATM, don't, like, yell it on the street or whatever. And, you know, just keep a low profile, wear dark colors at night so you don't look like you're a target. And just, you know, just normal things. Don't stare at people if they look crazy. Just keep your head down. Just, like, very street smart things that I never learned, like, you know, growing up in a small town. And I don't know, I just felt really safe around you because even though you were, I mean, I don't know if you were small like that guy, but you seemed kind of, you know, it's not like you were this huge, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger guy, you know. You're just a regular guy, but you were very, you know, you knew how to take care of yourself. That I think that's why the girl kind of felt safe with him in the movie, like she felt like he was taking care of her, and that's how I felt too when I first dated you and stuff. I thought that was very sweet. I still feel very taken care of. Like, if I was living alone right now, I don't know how, I mean, I'm not trying to be weird or anything, like, I don't know, I guess girls get mad at me when I say stuff like this, but I don't, if I was living alone right now, I would feel nervous all the time, right? Somebody would come through my window. I wouldn't have anyone to help defend me, and I feel better knowing you're here.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, but anyway, sorry for the long...
Nope, so apparently we did so bad that the game made us restart the level. Like, we didn't get to a checkpoint, or maybe there was a checkpoint? I don't know. Like, the game's getting surprisingly harder. And people were asking, is there a way to change the difficulty? No. There's no way to change the difficulty in this game that I know of, but you can make your character stronger, which I thought we did, but...
well, we've been upgrading the dojo stuff, so... Yeah,
we have been upgrading the dojo.
Maybe we should upgrade some of the other... Like, we could upgrade some of... I would upgrade Daniel's son as much as possible.
Remember, you can't attack them when they go red.
I'm not thinking clearly. Sorry, it takes me a while to warm back up and...
Grab your food, or...
Okay.
Russo's gonna... LaRusso. Smack you around. Show you how we do things in New York. Which is funny though, the Karate Kid is supposedly from Jersey. He's not from New York, but
the actual actor is from New York.
The actual actor is from New York.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be weird or anything, but Jersey and New York are so close. I'm sorry, they're right next to each other.
They are.
For me, if I wasn't told where I was when I was driving, I wouldn't know if I was in Jersey or New York. I wouldn't. You always have to tell me. They look very similar. The people act similar. They have similar accents.
You gotta use your moves more, honey. The game's getting harder. You have to start using your super abilities. Your ice powers. There you go.
I only really know Sam's moves.
They're all the same. It's all like A, Y. Okay, apparently that didn't work.
I'm trying to use my move.
I know you are.
There, I did that move. There.
There you go.
Those guards have lost it.
Oh wow, I remember when they used to do this on the street. In Peekskill, like near the police station where the hot dog thing was, you would see like girls make this kind of stuff and then play on it. Like when I was growing up.
I did that in front of my house almost every day growing up.
I know, but there'd be like a big one like that. And there'd be a ball and there'd be all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, Foursquare.
I don't know if that was Foursquare. It looked like there was quite a few of those thingies there. I can't tell you what game that was though, because I never played.
Double Dutch.
Watch out, he's red. There we go.
Yeah, I know what you're saying though. Like, they don't really allow people to draw like anywhere anymore. I feel like
you can do a lot of stuff.
So much more rules.
Yeah.
I know what you mean though. Like, people could draw anywhere. People had a lot more freedom back in the day. The more that people start accusing people of things and get angry and get crazy on social media, the more rules we have in real life, because everyone's so paranoid, and the more rules we have in real life, the more angry everyone gets. The more angry everyone gets, the more angry people get on social media. It just spirals down, getting worse and worse.
Ooh. Yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the actor who plays Danielson.
That's okay. We can just keep calling him Danielson.
He's kind of like I wouldn't say a one-hit wonder. He did like 10 movies in the 80s, and he did like 1 or 2 in the 90s, and then he went to Broadway. He went to Broadway a couple times. Like after the first 2 Karate Kid movies, he went back to Broadway. He was in the movie My Cousin Vinny with Joe Pesci.
Oh, yeah, I think that was a pop.
Yep, that was he said that was a popular movie that he really enjoyed. Has a cult following as well. So he was in that.
Oh, My Cousin Vinny, that has I think I've seen that movie.
It's a really funny movie.
Yeah.
My family, or like my, on the Portuguese side, they had a saying when it came to certain movies, like, if a movie was really good, you would be late for dinner because you just can't stop watching it. And My Cousin Vinny and a few other movies from the 1980s would have been in that category. Of just like, you don't want to stop watching it because you're going to miss all the funny parts.
That's funny.
So you have dinner after.
You know what's really weird, Luke? Is that you and I, living like in the East Coast for so long, almost every single neighbor, every single person that we've known is Italian. Yet we're not Italian at all.
Nope.
Neither one of us, but almost every single person we've grown up around is Italian.
I'm half Portuguese and half Irish.
But if you think about it, everyone that we've known, our neighbors, people, you know, in organizations, like at church, like different things, they're all Italians. You know, everyone that we order food from, they're always Italian. Even in here, you know, around here, all the good food places, Italian Americans that have food places in, like, you know,
Watch
Pennsylvania.
Out, they're red when they come back up. That means she's red.
I see that she's red, Luke. I can see that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
But don't you think that's interesting, though? Like,
yeah.
But there's just so many Italian Americans in New York. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
But it's also in Boston, honestly. Near Boston, there's so many Italians. But there's a lot of Irish near Boston, too.
This might be a checkpoint. I don't know.
So I just, like, wonder, like, about history, like, when all the Italian Americans came over. It's like, there's so many of them in the New York area.
Probably, like, after...
Thank God they did, because of all the awesome Italian food we get to partake of in America.
Except pizza and hot dogs and some other stuff aren't really... You can't find that... If you go to Italy, you can't get that stuff.
Well, you can get pizza, it's just different.
It's a very different type of pizza, yeah.
Yeah, like, they've been doing some videos on that, like, online and stuff, like, having... but some people, like, I watch people who are actually from Italy cook, and then there's, like, Italian Americans where they change it a little bit. I mean, there's an actual Italian way to make meatballs, and then there's the Italian American meatball. I actually prefer the Italian American food, honestly. 'Cause I've seen it both ways. I kind of like Italian American food better. But I am an American, so that might explain.
Uh-oh, Danielson. Whoa! Yeah, this game's getting harder.
Also, Luke, though, you have to realize that Italian Americans mainly cook with things that are available in a large amount here. Whereas there's a lot more different types of foods available, you know, in Italy.
Wax on, wax off.
My gosh. Whoa!
At least they like sports. I can
There we go. Oof.
Frozen.
Just like people in Pennsylvania tried to cook Italian or New York style pizza in Pennsylvania, but they can't because the water's different. But I know the secret to cooking New York style pizza. I've actually been watching a lot of videos on it, and apparently they have this cheese that has almost zero water in it. Like they get like very low moisture, like mozzarella cheese. And then the way that they cook their pizza, if for New York style pizza, like a normal pizza, you would just kind of heat your oven, cook it, make it fluffy, etc. But that's not how they do it. They heat their pan or their pizza oven really hot, like 500 degrees, and then just slide that baby in there and get a nice crispy crust on it, you know? And then they don't put too much sauce on it. It's just got to have the right amount of sauce so that you can just kind of fold it over in your hand if you want to. Yeah. I was watching a guy like say the secret to making New York style pizza. I still don't think he can make it in. He said he could make it in his oven at home.
No, you can't because the water is different in New York than it is here. You'll never.
You
have to
somewhat close, but
if you somehow went to New York, you bottled up some of the water, you came back, then you may. We actually used to do that as a kid, because even when we went up to upstate New York or something like that, and you would have New York style pizza, or you would try to cook like the Grandpa's hot dogs or something like that, it wouldn't quite taste the way that Grandpa's hot dogs did in, you know, the New York area, because he would heat them up in the local water, and he would put the, you know, the onion stuff in it and some other things. Whenever I would have sabrettes, it would taste like sabrettes a little bit, where whatever state you lived in, if you know, you brought them, because we would bring them home in a cooler or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if New York, like state, gets a lot of their water from like local springs and mountains. Because if they got them from mountains and stuff, they might have certain minerals in their water and vitamins that we don't even have in our water.
Could be. I don't know. I've never really known, to be honest.
Because they say that minerals can change the taste of the water. So like say you have more magnesium and like copper in your water than another state, then that will completely change the taste and how the water would react with different elements such as flour, etc. So that might explain part of it.
Not much peace and love for that one.
So you might be completely right on that. It might actually be the water that makes the pizza.
It could be. I don't really know though. I'm sorry you're still dead. I'm trying to revive
It's okay.
you. I don't really know how. Oof. Daniel's doing the best he can. His students are all wiped out.
Wax on, wax off. Ice wall.
What I try to do is combine
Yeah.
different moves. So I'm doing Frozen Lotus into this thing.
I mean, knowing everybody that, I mean, not to be weird or anything, I guess I'm like on this topic. I mean, I wonder how much of the percentage of the population in the United States is Italian American. Is it like half? It's like, they don't really tell you that kind of thing.
No.
You know, they always do like, you know, what percentage is Hispanic, you know, African American, etc. But they never actually go into like different countries that people are from, because that's a huge percentage. I mean, that would be amazing if we were like half Italian American. That would be unbelievable. Anyway, sorry, my mind just like completely trailed off.
You're fine.
Ice dunk.
Yeah. I feel kind of bad, like, making jokes about Danielson, like, it's in the family, but the way he's walking around, it just, it's hard not to.
I mean,
of course I'm doing it all in fun.
He's doing a karate stance, but
yeah, he looks kind of. The reason why he looks like a thug is the reason why he doesn't look like a thug. He looks like he would be a very clean-cut mobster guy, because if you're in the mob, then you would definitely be dressing nicely. So, I mean, that's why him beating all these people up with a nice shirt and, you know, nice slacks. It just, you know, everything all pressed and stuff. The fact that he's all clean cut and then completely going to town, he does look like he's in the mob, definitely. I just don't know. You know, he's just taking care of business, you know. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry I keep dying.
Oh, Amber, the game's getting harder.
I'm sorry. No, I just need to dodge, Luke.
You think it's just about dodging?
Yeah, I think that's my main problem.
Okay.
Because that one time we got an A, I was just concentrating on... I was telling myself, dodge. Every time someone was about to hit me, dodge. Every time they went red, I dodged. And then we got an A, so... I just have to remember that.
But see how they have, like, more health than usual now, too? Like, as you progress in beat-em-ups, the thugs get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Like, it just works that way. I'm hoping to get to a checkpoint, so... Alright, it's a mini-boss. After I beat this guy, we should be at a checkpoint. If I beat him. We'll see. Oh gosh. We're gonna do wax on, wax off. Throw him up in the air. Frozen Lotus. The football players are actually pretty difficult to fight, actually.
Well, like, no matter what, you know, ethnicity you're from, if you live in New York, though, everybody loves good food there. That's one thing I noticed. Like, people just love quality food. Like, that's how I feel like New Yorkers are. One thing, like, no matter who they are, they all, like, I don't know, they go to these, like, local places that have, like, the best cuts of beef or really good made bread or whatever, and it's just like, wow, they really care about what they eat, because, I don't know, it's just, you know. One thing I cannot understand about New York is how this pizza, which is so good, it's like to die for. Like, I would spend, if I was like in LA or something, you would spend like, I don't know, $8 a slice or something on it. It's $1. You know, in New York City, it's just unbelievable. Like, how could they sell it for that cheap? I just don't understand. It's unbelievable to me. You know, or at least $3. Zelda, please don't.
Stay away from my drink.
I'm running out of things. So anyway, today I made like little postcards for Christmas. I put Skeletor on them. I don't really know how my family or Luke's will like that. I don't know. I was gonna put more characters like Charlie Brown, but I just got them done. They're out of the way because it's November, so I'm kind of freaking out. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, instead of getting cards and whatever, I just made postcards so we can just put a stamp on them and send them. I mean, there's no reason you need a card to fold and then also put it in an envelope. You can save the envelope and the folding and everything with just getting a postcard. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Next year, I want to put pictures of our cats on it and stuff. Like actual photographs, put them in the PNG file. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even need to go to a professional photographer. We can take a picture of ourselves and our cats and put it on. I can Photoshop it together.
Oh my gosh.
Yay!
That was crazy.
Because, like, your cousin had a cute little postcard with him and his kids and wife. And they had a great idea, and I was just thinking, my gosh. I don't know if they had that professionally done, but I was like, I can do that.
Yeah.
We have pictures of ourselves all over the place from vlogs and stuff.
We do. Alright, let's see if we can... Oh, we don't have enough in the little sandbox area.
Why don't we upgrade the...
I'm just seeing if we
people.
have rivalry.
I'm sorry, but Danielson's wife looks kind of like she's mad all the time.
I don't think she's mad.
She's just kind of like there.
No, we already did all that. So that was Frozen Lotus. Oh, Frozen Lotus is not done yet.
You'll be unstoppable now.
I mean, who are these upgrades for, though? Everyone?
These are dojo upgrades, so these have to do with your super moves, making you stronger.
They make everyone stronger, though?
Mm-hmm. But now we're gonna do individual characters. What is this this one over here? Garden, shrine, power-ups, and collectibles.
Yeah,
Oh,
so look on my
that.
postcard, I was gonna put Charlie Brown on there to make it like a Charlie Brown Christmas thing, but after I put Skeletor on there, I felt like there was already too much going on, and I was just like, well, that's good enough.
That makes sense. That does make sense.
It was from the episode where Skeletor felt the tingling of Christmas.
The tingling of Christmas.
He was like, what is this feeling?
What is this? I don't want to feel nice, I want to feel evil! Yeah, I remember that.
Good choice.
Good choice. Hit point, recovery rate, cooldown reduction.
Interesting choice.
I will try to be not as bad at the game.
You're not bad at the game. I'm being completely honest. You're not. The game is getting harder.
Orbs now increase the enemy's hit? What?
You'll be unstoppable now.
Okay, so we made Sam a little bit stronger. Oof. Oh my goodness.
I wonder if anyone that we know will remember that Skeletor episode, that He-Man episode.
Some people might.
I was gonna put He-Man, She-Ra, and Skeletor in it, like they were in like a Christmas card for people, but then I was like, no, we're gonna put ourselves on here.
Yes! Why would we put other people? No. Alright, so anyway, guys and gals, that's gonna do it for today's episode of Cobra Kai. Getting a little tougher there.
Sorry, I died.
That's alright. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Hit up the playlist for more episodes and continue to support our Spider-Man Miles Morales series, which is ongoing right now. And stay tuned later tonight at 8 o'clock and 11 for an awesome live stream on something fun. And we'll see you guys in a bit.
Yeah!
Until then, God bless and happy gaming.
See